Welcome back, guys, to Octopath Traveller, where 2 chapter 4s remain, Primrose and Felion, to wrap it off, as well as 1 shrine, and trust me, a ton of optional content to do as well, the dungeons, to explore, level up, and get the big loots. You know how it is. Right, but we're starting today in the town of Saintsbridge. I nearly said Riverford. Got the right town. I can recognise towns nowadays because we've got ourselves some side quests to do around the land, so it wouldn't be a bad idea to try and approach some of them before we just go on to Primroses. So with that said, let us go and just talk to some peers here, because I found something to steal in this town. And if you remember the side quest that we had in this location, it's the Riverlands, isn't it? Was friends again. I want to be friends with Melanie, but how? A young child wants to be friends with a girl. So I couldn't find anyone there, but then you come back through here and you can find people. Like this kiddo here. A young boy living in Saintsbridge whose father was murdered by a thief shortly after he was born. He lives in town with his mother. That's a nice, depressing start to begin with. So some people on checklists that I haven't done yet. There's people in like Swarky I haven't done yet. Still, that's the starting town. Most importantly, I found this. The Bully's Possessions. A river blossom. The flavoured flower. It might be flavoured. Taste it. The favourite flower of many in town. Because it's a quest item, we pretty much know it's gonna be that. Hopefully. It better be. So who are you bullying? A bully who picks on the other children of Saintsbridge, though he seems to take pleasure in playing tricks on others. Deep down, he only wants to be liked by everyone. Good job, bully. You've gone the right way about it. Let's go speak to Nate after stealing from the bully. You approve of me stealing from bullies? I'm the good guy last time, yes! Stealing is never good. You have to understand that. These kids have inquiry as well now. Strong and energetic young boy whose outgoing nature has made him many friends. His willingness to defend others even at risk to himself is of constant concern to his father, who has scolded him several times for his reckless selflessness. How dare you be selfless? The young boy who lives in this town. He was raised by calm and gentle parents. He shares a compassion for the downtrodden, often feeds stray cats, good boy, and brings flowers to friends who have fallen ill. He is well liked by many due to his boundless kindness. Right, where is actually Nate? You're Nate, aren't you? Yeah, a boy who was quiet and shy until about a year ago when he met Emil and Daryl. The parent inspired him to become more adventurous and outgoing, and those who have not seen him in a while would surely be surprised by how much he has changed. However, he doesn't have the quest thing on his head. What should I do? Should I give her a gift? Do you think she'd like me then? Okay, so he doesn't have a quest icon above his head. That's weird. But it is, we just give it in. Oh, I know this flower. This is Melanie's favourite. Why don't you give it to her then? I'm sure she'd be happy to have it. I'll give it a try, thanks. Oh, Melanie, doth this rose look like thy beautiful face? Melanie? Yes? I got this for you. Do you want it? I heard you like flowers, and I hope you can like me too. Great job, Nate! Yeah! They're grown-up boys, they don't go about cuties. By the way, has anyone ever talked about cuties ever? Have you ever heard anyone say that unironically? Melanie? I'm sorry, but I can't take this flower from you. You see, I like Emil. Me? Oh no, that was supposed to be a secret. A love triangle. It's not Emil's fault. Hey, Nate, I was surprised too. What should I say? What's the problem now? You've both done nothing wrong. So cheer up already. We're all friends here, aren't we? You're right, Daryl. We're friends. I'm going to help Nate however I can. Thank you. Right now, I'd like to be alone. Sorry. Poor Nate. I've only ever seen grown-ups with that look on their face. Does that mean he's becoming a grown-up too? And Vera's just like, you're becoming a grown-up. We get ourselves a badge of friendship. Hooray, we got one of them in Sunday too. Right. Chronicles 1. Before anyone calls me out for spoilers. Anyway. Let's move on. So, in terms of quests that we have to do at this point in time, there's really not that many. I have found another location by checking all the bars of someone we might want to get to. So, Scaredy Sheep here is going to be a quest that requires us to go into that blooming forest up there. The Forest of Purgation. Quite obviously, that is going to be whatever the boss is inside there. Liana and Eliza also want us to go there, maybe? I don't know. At the ruins, whatever. The Adventures of Ali. His father must be somewhere like Marcelim. So we'll go there and have a little look around for a person we haven't found. But this is the guy who interests you, the Slender Farmer, not Slender Man. The price to use the mill's gone up again, but it's not like I can mill my wheat without a windmill. What am I supposed to do? If we remember correctly, we were looking for a guy called Brian, who was in a bar somewhere across the land. Well, what could be the most seedy bar for a place like him, you know? Sunshade, of course. Sunshade. I probably also have this done as well. Here Be Dragons. So that requires us to go to Northreach, which is Varian's next chapter, so we'll leave that for a little bit. We've got Ashton the Beastmaster. So that requires us to go to ruins outside of town, so that's going to be a guide by the look of it. Looting Grave Robber, which is probably going to be in a dungeon too from nearby ruins. We got the Adventuring Life, which again we couldn't find anywhere, so we do know that he somehow went to Orwell, but he wasn't into the forest way, so maybe he's in the dungeon nearby, because there is one nearby. We can pray. Kai, the Mother of Dragons, requires us to go to Dragonsong Fane, the dungeon nearby, so maybe we'll find the guy there. 2 quests, 1 location. What else do we have here? Oh, I think we've completed all these. Blooming hell, we've completed tons. So with that said, let's go to the shadiest of the suns. Seedy in the sunny place. Well, it's underneath. It's in the sunlands, but it's in the shade. You know how it is. I mean, that's one hell of a drinking establishment as well when you think about it. They really were trying to lead us to this location saying, this is where you need to go. So, Brian, you better be here.
Fair and well.
You're just a tavern patron.
Huh?
You're the tavern proprietor who I somehow haven't managed to steal everything from. Especially because you've got refreshing and revitalizing jam. I'll take them. Right, the barman. Right, this is the hired barkeep's possessions. Of course, I'll yoink them all. Inquire. The newly hired barkeeper of the Tavern of Sunshade. He has made a concerted effort to obtain fine spirits from lands near and far. Though many of these varieties are notoriously rare, he has somehow managed to acquire them without paying a premium. Maybe he's brewing them. Maybe he's the source. Well, I don't think you're Brian. Somehow. Alright, it's just another tavern patron. You're obviously not Brian either. Where's Brian? You're not Brian. Oh god, he's not here.
Oh there.
Brian.
Hello.
Brian. Brian! Wisp mills all belong to me. All you need for the mills to keep running is a bit of wind. They're surely one of man's greatest inventions. I forgot who Brian was. Right, so we're going to beat the crap out of him. Sounds about right, doesn't it? We're the good guys. So a little bit of beat crappery would be quite nice. Actually, while we're here and we're going to beat the guy up, maybe we should look to find Ali's dad and bring him here as well, considering this location. The Blue Dancer. In a town where many aspire to reign supreme as the fairest dancer of them all, this blue-haired lass trains relentlessly to hone her craft. The girl with the indefatigable spirit is rarely seen without a favorite pair of well-worn shoes. Until I stole them. Right, Ali's just chilling. Wait, there's loads of people I haven't stolen from. Take the stuff. The wife of a man who works in Sunshade, a somewhat talented cook, she takes every opportunity to learn how to make the delicacies of distant lands from foreigners. However, she invariably ends up using her preferred spices of the south, so all the dishes taste the same. Ah, yeah, just fill it with spice. That's what I do. How did I not sweep this town earlier? I'm sure I did. Right, mother to a sickly child, this resident of Sunshade tries not to bemoan her lot in life. She still holds out hope that one day her daughter will grow strong enough to dance like the woman she so deeply admires. Why do you want your daughter to become a dancer, though? I guess if it's a life choice, it's a life choice, but still. Weak of body, this young girl of Sunshade spends much of her days resting in bed. Through a window of her home, she once watched a troupe of dancers performing in the streets, and ever since she has envied their grace and beauty. If she's just a dancer, and not what dancer really means in this place, then sure. Right, time to see if we can find Ali's dad. And this is the largest center of people. So we'd be looking here no matter what. I do need to go to the tavern first, but I haven't stolen from this guy. The Knight Ardent here, who has the Blade of Bravery. Okay. How would I not see you? This Knight Ardente has been to specialist land to deal with any Roman bandits, vicious fiends, or other villainous beings that may be found in many abandoned rooms near Marselim. Knights of the Order are occasionally tasked with such surveys. Alright, well, that's cool. The Grimsand Road is that way. It's somewhere we actually haven't been. But we also need to go into here, Iris, and change our party makeup. Because if we're going to go dueling, we need the Master Duelist. I will have Trezor in the party for the chatty. Actually, we might need you for inquiry. Poor Trezor. But she looks so fancy. Ooh, not fancy. Well, there's a hidden item. There's a quest to complete over there, or quest to do. One of the two. Have we... That's not a quest. It's just a shaded name tag. You're you. Gleek the Unbreakable. I don't think that's Ali's dad somehow, but he gets us the battle-tested shield, which lowers evasion by 8, but does give you restoration of HP and SP after every action. Though no elemental defense. A bigger drop in evasion as well for those added stats might not be that great. But we'll take that from you, Gleek. Alias, the human wall. He's 20 stone in weight. A spear or axe is your best bet to bring down the wall. Fire, lightning, and light attacks will also give you a fighting chance. There's some crazy rumor that he's actually a she, but I don't put much stock in it. Ah, cool. Greek. She keeps everything under wraps. I'll go with that. That's my headcanon now. Maloof. You've got a name, Maloof. We'll inquire to find out. A legendary merchant who can sell sand in the desert. However, after some time, his triumphs in trade were only known amongst fellow merchants. Maloof. Sorry, Ali, I'm just going to seduce your dad. Come hither. Ah! Or not. Full enfeeblement is a skill. Gotta wonder, maybe Ophelia can do it. Like, without any penalty for her being level, like, 55-ish now? Is she level 55? No, she's 54. Well, we've already inquired, so let's get Ophelia in as well, see which one works out. Okay, I can guide without penalty. So let's not seduce you, let's guide your path with the holy flame. I can stand to learn much from your splendor for speechcraft, sister. You want to be the master merchant, do you, Maloof? You better be his dad. Who's this random guy you brought here? What the hell? Trying to pass him off as my dad. If I say, we inquired to that one? Well, if we stole, we've most often inquired. So let's go back to the Shade of the Sun. That's Wisdom Cabin, Sam. One of those dungeons I still haven't done, the level 20s. I'll never get it done now, we just forgot about it. Are loads of people having buffering issues with the stream today? That's sad to hear. I forgot to tweet out the stream as well. Oops. Anyway, let's bring Maloof to Ali. I don't remember him mentioning that his dad was called Maloof. But that's correct. What a laugh. It's nearly Jimmy Carr style. So this is what you've been skulking about, eh? I'm going to become a better merchant than you ever were. That's what you boasted when you ran off, wasn't it? But your big mouth didn't serve you so well in the real world, did it? Hey, Ali. Oh, he's that kind of dad. Father? What are you doing here? Well, you never came home out of that fight. What was I supposed to do? You're still such a child, getting all bent out of shape and running away just because you lost an argument to your old man. You're saying I lost the argument? You haven't changed a bit since then. Still a stubborn old coot. You're the one who was wrong. I mean, you're great as a merchant. Prepare yourself, old man. I wouldn't want you to keel over when you see this. What do you have to say about that, huh? See how much I've earned? Making my way as a merchant.
Ho ho!
Ho ho! That's a fine way to earn, indeed. Ho ho! It's like almost Mario. Charles Martinelli or whatever his name is. I can't remember now. What about trust? Have you earned that as well from the people you've been selling to? What? Trust is what a merchant needs to survive, not a pile of leaves. The money always comes second. Trust comes first. Father? Of course I've earned my customers' trust. I've never told a single lie to any of them. Is that so? Then I'm proud of you, my boy. You really never change. You know, I only ever wanted to become a merchant because of you. You were like a hero to me when I was little.
I'm sorry.
I've wanted to apologize all this time. I'm sorry I just ran away without a word like that. I'm sorry I made you worry. The really important things are the hardest to say, aren't they? Even when they're just two little words. You did a fine job, son. Welcome back, Harley. I say it's high time we both headed back home. Glad to be back. Hey, Dad, I've been thinking. What would you say to using this money I've saved to open up a new shop? Sounds like things are gonna get pretty busy. What a great laugh. Tradewind's Spear has been gained. Oh, that's a very interesting name for the spear. Very specific. Like it could be a weapon for a certain skill that is used in the game. Possibly. You know what, I'm going to get my inquiry back up. Where's the inn again? That's not... Wait a second. The inn is where you're heading, Sam. Right, let us go to you. And not allure you, it's you. Right, let's change Alvin back in. Now that we've guided you over there. And then go to the equipment section and see about what that does. So we've got the Rune Glaive on her currently. Which of course has given her all her massive Elm attack. The Tradewind Spear gives massive Elm attack even more. Increases wind damage dealt. Okay. I mean, why would you... Yeah. Sure. So now she does even more elemental attack damage. So 771 is her elemental attack currently. But she also does now increased wind damage on top of that. Pretty good. It's too bad you can't wear it. Because then you could have both of them. Or you could put... Ooh. Ooh. I guess that won't be that great. That would be way better on a sorcerer. But because she's got the weapon set up already to do... Because you could just boost wind damage, couldn't you? Because she could have 2 wind damage boosters at this point. Which would be pretty nice. Too bad we don't have any other damage boosters. Because at the moment the wind damage booster is Ferion's go-to at the moment. In terms of skills, we're using that. We don't have anything to replace with in terms of that kind of stuff. Maybe we'll get something in the future that can do such a thing. We'll switch it over then and see what stacking damage element on someone can do for Trezor. Because that would give her a different kind of attacking kind of thing with her Ruin Lord. Or maybe, do you think it would work on the Pursuit? Things to think about. The game's basically throwing things in my face now and going, do you want to try and do this? And I'm like, maybe? Right, Brian. I think Old Brick's all healed up. It's time to beat you up, Brian. I bet you're weak. What do you want from me? Beat you up, Brian.
Let us fight with honor. Have at you.
Let us break you really fast. Okay, we did break him. Took a little bit longer than I would have thought. I'm just going to attack normally. What should I attack with? Oh, what the hell? Why are you so dodgy, man? I don't want you crushed and grinded.
Death by 1,000 cuts!
He's dead.
With each battle, I grow stronger.
Fair dues, whatever. Oh, Brick's missing for the hell of it. Just make it competitive. That's what he's doing. I'm sorry. It's just that I've got a tab to pay the tab, you see, and but I only raised the price a bit. Well, perhaps it was more than a bit. Fine. I'll return the fee to the mill back to the old price. Will that satisfy you? I thought I could keep living the lifestyle I was accustomed to. I just charged a bit more for my meals. But I don't want to get involved in some sort of scuffle over this awful backwater. Huh? Nothing. Never mind me. Fair on going with the extortion way of doing things. I'll do better from now on. Don't you worry. Constantly threatening with weaponry by the look of it. Right, well that's ending the tale of tilting at windmills. 22k is gained. I think we might have passed 1 million cash now. Do you think we got there? Ah, so close. I want to be there now. Right, it seems like we've examined everyone else in town, just not those random people that we talked to just then, he says. Working during the day and splurging that money at night. This man believes in living without regrets and roams the Sunlands trying to do just that. No secret item though. Hello, who are you? You got a thunder soul stone, I'll take that. It's a Sandman. Deep in the desert lives a man clad in nothing but tattered rags and sand. With ease he conceals his presence from bandits and ruffians and reveals himself only to those who pique his curiosity or whom he judges to be good of heart. Now I can see the Sandman. That young merchant Ali gave me a hunk of bread for nothing, not a leaf, and I couldn't pay. He said he left home after fighting with his father, and he was still too ashamed to face the man again. I don't reckon he really wants to meet his old man. All he'd have to do is apologize properly. I'm sure he'd be forgiven. That's what family does. That is what family does, I guess. Let's see if I can sell something to pass the 1 million marker. Yes! I'm a millionaire! Of course, Treza's technically what? How much does Treza money get? She's a billionaire! But at least I'm a millionaire now. These are the important things to do when you set out on an adventure. Become a millionaire, defeat the great evil. A traveling merchant who sells spices. There is nothing he enjoys more than sampling the unique dishes of a particular region. That said, if a dish is not to his liking, he will not hesitate to season it to suit his tastes. Right, I think it's time for us to head into a dungeon. And afterwards, we'll go to Primrose's chapter 4. The preeminent dancer of her time. When she took the stage, the crowd roared with delight. When she performed, not a word was spoken. When last she had finished, she slipped away unseen like a whisper on the wind. Did she now? Well, she's given us a hidden item. I'm guessing it's up on the stage. Because that makes a lot of sense. Yep. It's here. Olive of Life. Alright, let's travel onwards. So, I'm thinking of going to a dungeon we found a long time ago. It's between here and there. The Undertow Cove. Sounds like a great place to go to. Let me just check out Wellspring for stuff, considering we've just been through pretty much every desert town. And seen some new people. When this adventure ends, what will happen to all that money? We'll invest it. Invest it in infrastructure. Like everyone should be doing. Government should be doing. Oh, look! Travel banner! Now that's the best drink I've had in a long time. You said the same last time, too. I did? Well, speaking the truth. Here, have a taste of that. Not bad. You boys look like you're having fun. Primrose, pull up a seat and join us. I'd be delighted. Do you want me to pull you more? That'd be grand. There's lots to talk about after all. Not bad at all. A nice chat. That sounds perfect. Are they drunk now? They're drunk now. What is it? Wait, I can understand Alfin going zzz, but pzzzt, pzzzt? That's a weird way to snore or sleep. Is he trying to whisper to someone? Oh, they dozed off. No, that's him sleeping. I suppose they were tired. Oh, they're so cute snoozing away like that. They got drunk in front of Prim. As snoozed away. His merchants place many businesses and individuals' liquor. Although he loves his spirits, his fortune is somewhat lacking and he has forgotten many a night of debauchery and swimming in the oasis. Just the other day, he managed to misplace all of his money. Oh, I wonder what this hidden item is that he somehow remembered afterwards. Doesn't seem like anyone's news appearing. Birdies! Oh, that's not your money. I'm disappointed. There's a quest here, though. Right, a man who claims to be a travelling merchant. He stocks famous goods from other regions, but when asked exactly where he gets them from, all he does is smile. Where are all these people getting their secret things from? It wouldn't be a secret if, you know, but still. This guy's new. Incredible item, a cure for diarist writer's block. Okay. That's a quest item. Where am I going to find to do that? A once respected merchant with a silver tongue, which he used to great effect when striking deals. His words are said to have an almost hypnotic effect, and even the most stubborn trader would eventually acquiesce to his proposals. So here's me saying that I should complete all the chapter 4s before I do the scouting, and I'm doing the scouting anyway. Such is the way of life. A man of Wellspring, he moved to the town with his wife and daughter long ago when it was little more than a few homes clustered around an isolated oasis. Over time, he and the other residents helped build it into a prosperous settlement. It is today. Prosperous settlement, it is today. No, it is today. Now alone, he labours in service to the town and the memory of the loved ones he buried. So more plentiful provisions is not too bad. More birdies, but there's a quest inside there. Challenge Ruby is a guard of Wellspring. He admires his captain's capacity to stand watch day and night and willingness to lead patrols as needed. However, he does take issue with the captain's love of liquor. Well, I love your liquor. Well, if you're a drinker, anyway. Erhard! Augments physical abilities. Erhard! Trezor! Trezor! We need you. Trezor. I better inquire people there. Yep, that's what I thought. Right, a guard sworn to protect the peace who serves under Captain Bell. He respects the captain's ability to empathise with the less fortunate and those who have lost their way. That said, he is not sure how to feel about the captain's drinking habits. The captain really is a drinker, then. Alright, you're new. Getting a lightning ring. Evasion 20 is not great. Alright, we're hidden item though. A guard who serves under Captain Bell, a diligent man who follows rules to the letter. His contributions are valued by all. He has a habit of taking on too many responsibilities at once, which has led to him to develop ulcers from stress. Bad day for you. Right, another hidden item has appeared. This is Captain Bell, isn't it? The captain of the Watch in Wellspring, a vibrant hub of trade. Many roads lead to the town situated by the great oasis, so he must ever remain vigilant for danger, be it from wild beasts or villainous men. Let's see what he's got on him. Dragon scale armor. We'll take it. And we need Trezor to buy from Erhard, then we'll speak to him. Get some inspiriting plumage. I do wonder if there's any consumables I need to buy at this moment. After all, I'm loaded. Get in here, Trezor. Actually, it makes sense to have Ulbrich in the party just in case. I mean, Erhard's there after all. They're not going to end up dueling, are they? Again. You'll be stronger this time, you know. Alright, Trezor. Time to work your magic. Buy me this. 84k. Haggle, haggle, haggle. You failed. But physical attack 400, critical 150, augments physical abilities. Sounds pretty good. I mean, it would be way better than that weapon. But I could put Werner's sword on him as well, I guess, now. Because that's just such an Ulbrich weapon. It should be on Ulb. Let's get you on then. The LM attack 120 we don't really need. It's kind of neither here nor there, isn't it? Take off Werner's sword and take Erhard's special sword, the battle-tested sword. That's the way we like it. Oh, so we meet again. No one went indeed. Captain, please, there's no time for talking. God's teeth, man. Would you insist that I don't even greet a former comrade? There's still such a thing as common decency. Very sorry, but the captain is a frightfully busy man. But we are nearing the changing of the guards. If you can wait a little while, there should be some more time to speak soon. Okay, then. Okay, what? Huh? Like, we legitimately gotta wait? The lizardmen have retreated, but there is no end to our problem. Says Earhard, the only thing he says. I have a very old friend, you see. A man named Donovan who serves the Church of the Flame as a bishop. I've not heard any word from him of late, though. At first I was not concerned, but he has always been regular in his correspondence. Until now. Okay. Do you want me to guide you? Okay, he's non-allurable. So I'm either guiding Donovan to him, or... Considering it's Church of the Flame, there's only 3 locations for us to even look at. So that does narrow things down a lot. Donovan. Let's just make sure Ophelia can't guide Bale first to see if it's definitely not that as an answer. But the fact we can't allure. Allure should work if there is a chance, remote chance of doing it. So Donovan, where are the Churches of the Flame? Of course Flame's Grace, but it's probably not that one. There was one in Saintsbridge. And one to the right. That's how I remember things. That's how I remember things. Oh, by the way, this guy.
Hello there.
Hello again. As you can see, I moved on from my painting days. Now I'm making my living as a baker. The guy we stole the painting from, which we really should have got him the money. Oops. I made quite a name for myself by making decorative loaves shaped like animals and flowers. They'd be quite the hit. I think I finally found my true calling. See? At least he's happy. We're not the bad guys. Now we just gotta find Donovan. But if he's a priest of the flame, he's got to be relatively around these churches. I'm never going to get into that dungeon, am I? Oh, we got to pace the remainder of the game out a little bit here. That's how it works. Hey, you're not Donovan, you're just a Night Owl's done. I can't remember where the other one is. Hey, neither of you are Donovan. Is your name Donovan?
Greetings.
No, you're Bartolo. Anyone Donovan? No, you're a kindly cleric.
At your service.
You're a normal cleric. Standard cleric. You're an old man.
Oi!
We stole your weapon, which is why you said oi. I think we actually bought his weapon, to be fair. Donovan! Well, you're not Donovan. None of you are Donovan.
Want the truth?
So where was the other church? It was Stoneguard, right? Was it? It was far to the right. It was somewhere up this far right. No, it wasn't it. Trying to remember the places, Goldshaw. Trying to remember the looks. For some reason, the only thing I could recall was Liana did the poisoning. And then we had to spend the night in a place. So I was trying to remember that building. Instead of the church itself. Oh well. Well, let's head up and see if we can find our guy. Or any of these new guys. Indeed there are. The erudite Greybeard. Do you know of the adventurer Dupone? A great man he was. Set out across the sea and discovered a new continent. Just before he'd left he declared, "My name is Dupone, and I set forth to tread the lands no other ever has." Did he now? Thanks for the tell, young man. Right, so time to look for the bishop. Donovan. So he's got to be located around these areas. There's Bishop Donovan. Serving the Bishop of Goldshaw keeps me busy day in and day out. It's gotten to the point that I don't even have time for personal correspondence. Even penning a letter takes more time than I have at my disposal. I do wish I could at least let my friend know that I'm well. He's far too busy. Oh wow, we can't guide you? So we can guide neither of them? How are we supposed to resolve this? I might be able to guide him. We might be able to allure him. Sure. Or... no, he hasn't got anything to take with us to give him. I mean, we found him. We could beat him up. Well, that's very confusing. He's just too busy. I mean, surely me talking to him and then talking back would be a good enough answer. But we can't pull people back and forth between the two towns. That's weird. Well, I'm going to go get little old Alfin, because we need to inquire that guy over there. Maybe that is the answer. I'd expected to have guided one of them, but they're far too busy, both of them. That's the problem with long-distance friendships as well. Especially in a world like this. No email, no internet. Right then. Alfin! Get in here. I bet Alfin's quite pleased with a new fancy clothes change. Trezor even. I ended up doing more Sidequests than I thought at the start of this session, but then that's because I found more in the desert. We've really got to go on scouting in the future. Right, charmed by the words of a famous adventurer in his youth, he embarked on a journey of his own. He gained many friends and overcame many difficulties along the road and has nothing but the fondest of memories of those days. Okay, sir. There's a lot of houses we actually haven't forced entry into yet. I'd be a bit confused if inquiry does work, because it's not necessarily taking something back, but we haven't inquired as to him, and we get Donovan's condition, a bishop charged with looking after the town's cathedral, whose ancestors were also servants of the sacred flame. He decided to become a priest when visiting Flamesgate with his father. His wife shares his faith, and together they have a daughter. Alright, Donovan's condition has been learned. He's fine. I mean, surely we could have just talked to him and went back. We didn't have to inquire. God. It was the only option that was left. Unless you do want me to beat him up. Ooh, heavy coin pouch. Not like I need the money at this point in time, is it? Alright, we've got your information for you. Donovan's condition, we will share with you. I'd hoped I'd be seeing you again. Do you have good news to report me? Or ill? I see. So Donovan is still in good health, and his daughter is 7 already. I did not realise that a bishop's work could leave him so busy. But then Donovan was always a single-minded man. I suppose it's nearly a decade now since I first met him. I was a mercenary in those days, wandering various lands in search of work. I met Donovan only a short time after he met his wife. They were dark days. His wife was kidnapped in the early days of their marriage, you see. And I was captured by the Knights Ardante, who had mistaken me for the villain responsible. I was nothing but a wandering vagrant. I had no one to vouch for me, no way to prove my innocence. I thought I'd be hanged till dead. But I was fortunate that Lord Woodward, the head of the Knights Ardante, and Donovan both believed me innocent. It was only thanks to their firm belief that the true criminal was found at last. It's been a long time since I last thought of those days. I certainly never would have imagined then that I might one day be standing here in such a position of authority. I may miss the freedom at times, but I do feel the work I'm doing now is worth doing. But still, that doesn't mean that I never look back to the past and long for those days. But I believe that everything happens for a reason. I stand here today because of where I was in all my yesterdays. They have served their purpose. Right, there's another quest done. A captain's badge. We've got friendship badge. We've got a captain's badge. Getting all the badges lately. Grants additional experience. Grants additional JP. Both of which could be really useful in the future, because JP is something we really need. Right, let's get to that place I said I was going to. And we'll probably find another quest there now. Let's go walk up from Rippletide, eh? Still have to check out what my party setup is at this point in time. Right. Let's go on an adventure. Hello, we stole from you last time. Victorino, the Buccaneer's Bane. This one's not to be trifled with. Stick with swords and daggers, and if you've got anything wind or dark aspect up your sleeve, don't hesitate to bring it to bear. I've got the inquiry on him now, so let's go into the cove near Trezor. Technically, we want to level up some of the other guys again, so we'll put Hannah in, Cyrus and Prim. Well, Prim will be in the next chapter anyway. Alfin's the fancy new class. The weird Buffinator class. Right, let's put Cyrus. And go with that group. Hannah's the physical DPS. We obviously need to rest the night at this point in time. There's a quest over here. Another quest? It's Princess Mary? Oh, what a surprise it is to meet you here. Pray do not tell anyone of my identity. It would not do for anyone to know that the Crown Princess of Atlasdam is abroad like this. The truth is that I came to meet the great scholar, Professor Paul. What a great scholarly name. He was my tutor when I was a young child. He is on his way back here now. We call him PP. Professor Paul has been travelling around an island nation off the mainland for the sake of his research. It's been a decade since he left these shores, but today at last the ship bearing him is due at this harbour. You really like professors, don't you? Every free hand to the sea! A great ship has foundered in the harbour! To your boats! We'll need every boat we've got to help the people. They won't make it long among those waves. No, it cannot be. Forgive me, but I must go find out more. Oh no. What's wrong with Professor Paul's name? There's nothing wrong with Professor Paul. Let's put it this way. We've had all the other professors or people of like noble titles in JRPGs especially. They're always given names like Professor Bastet or Professor Jingly Folkly. You know, they're always given pumped up names, pomp and circumstance behind their name. They're always given like a posh name or something like that, you know, something floral, something flowery. When you get something just a normal name, it's weirdly like jarring. It's like spot the difference in a weird way. It's not what you expect in a JRPG where you've got your main characters are like called Hannit, Cyrus, Alfin, Felion. They're not standard names. I'm not actually sure that Cyrus has a job on. Okay. We'll make you Ruin Lord. Because why not? We'll keep your stuff in after all that way. Let's give you the Deathly Blade. And you've got 300 rod. The golden axe we want, isn't it? And what's happening on the harbour then? I see Princess Mary, but how am I supposed to help with this? It's just as I feared. It appears to be Professor Paul's ship that went down. Mr. Paul, please be alright. What do you want me to do about it? Yoink. Just taking her earring off her ear. Ah! A bright young woman known as the Son of the Flatlands, said to be an even greater beauty than her mother, the Queen. She dedicates her days to her education in hopes of better serving her people in the future. That's great and all. It's not like I can jump in the water and help people out. But to be honest, if it's up that way, maybe we might be able to find something up the path. Either to the left here and onwards, which is very unlikely, but we'll just check to see if there's no markers. Which doesn't seem there is a marker. So maybe it's upwards from Rippletide. I mean, I don't have the power skill jump in the water and help. It's just not something available to me. Maybe he never went down with the boat and he's actually somewhere else and we've got to guide him to her. Could be. Well, let's go off to what we want to go off to. Charge! May as well save when I'm at it. Ooh, where shall I save this time? Why didn't I save on file 1? Alright, well, Paul, hopefully you're fine.
Come on, I've got better things to do.
I kind of expect to surprise these guys at this point. So we've got shooting stars here.
stars fall.
Which will be enough to finish it, as Alphen just goes,
Try again.
I can make stars come from the sky. Alphen's voice. We didn't really get any time to play around with that stuff, did we? Right, here. Oh, that was just a secret area, wasn't it? No, it was actually nothing. The actual place we're going to is to the top right.
Let's see what you got. Now, what next?
What next?
Great inferno. The land.
Just wipe out everyone and we can move on.
Not bad. A passing grade.
My youngest brother, when he was a baby, just to reply to chat about the ripping off of an earring, because that's something that babies often do, is they pull and grab at things. My youngest brother, when he was a baby, was a hair puller. It's just what babies do.
Want a tangle, huh?
So I can understand that, as I see in the chat,
next?
your sister ripped out. You've had babies pull your earrings off before, yeah. Your sister ripped off your mum's earring. That kind of thing happens. They grab babies.
Great inferno to scorch the land.
They don't understand their own strength, do they? I gotta say, don't babies have the greatest grip strength? God. You expect them to grow up to be the Incredible Hulk, but they don't. Right, the Undertow Cove, a level 45 danger area, of which we're around level 55 at this point, so we should be fine, he says. Let's begin exploring a new world, a new land. A dungeon before we move on to a next chapter. And the enemies within.
Now, let us hunt him.
Well, with legs!
Letting my arrow fly and true.
Plus crab. Leg crab.
I will cut him down.
Right, that's not good enough. May hurt. Right, what's his name? Cetus Maximus. Does Cetus stand for whale by any chance? I don't know. Well, let's just go with Ventus Solaire.
Ventus Salt!
No, Solaire, not Salt. Which didn't kill this guy who hurts.
An interesting dilemma.
Let's try to get more weaknesses on him. Well, I thought lightning would be it, but we went with Volta Solitaire because, of course, it's got this wind damage boost currently. So if we're going to go with anything, we should always go with that.
Try this.
Let's just do a small top up. And we won't use Fairyon's spells right now.
I appreciate it.
But I imagine Cetus Maximus is about to go down.
Where's the nearest tavern?
Cetus as well in Latin. It was somewhat obvious, wasn't it? Thank you for confirming, though. It's that point where you were like, oh, I can read another language. I'm brilliant, me. It's like, no. You just kind of got the context of what it might be by seeing that it's a whale. Right, there's quite a lot of places in here. There's a guy in here. Oh god, is that Professor Paul? We found him already. That's nice.
Standest thou against me?
Davy!
Then be hunted.
My turn.
No, it's Buccaneer. Not Davy. Well, they're all weak to Tonid Scanner. Sorry, I didn't pronounce it correctly.
And that's that.
So we just gotta keep giving Farion plums and letting him break all the groups for us. Gotta gain that JP after all. Right, PP, we're coming for you. Except you seem to be off around that side a little bit.
I've done my research on you.
Many crabs. That's what my research is. Well, you know they're dead.
Ventus Salt! And that's that.
I think we have enough for one more spell before we potion again. But Cyrus and had it leveled up from that. 240 plus JP as well. Right, do we go right straight away or do we try to get that treasure chest? Oh, there's more than one. Right, well, we can reach that one. The purple one looks to be probably from the far left. I'd have to say.
Letting us begin. Come in, if thou darest.
It's a kitty cat! Kitty cat!
Trying this.
Oh well. I wonder if you could have captured it.
Way. Tonight, put it. And that's that.
Why does this game make me want to kill them? Well, there's a ton of experience. I don't like that bit of it. Cat, yeah, great. But then you're like, I must kill it. And then you slightly feel bad. Well, you know, you do. I love cats. I don't want to kill the cats. It's just a bit mean to make me do that. Make me have to make that choice. The game-centric choice as we get Justice Breaker. That sounds like a weapon. Oh, it's gonna be a... Oh. It's gonna be a dagger. Oh, it's not? Oh, yeah, it is. Right, that's rubbish. Remembering that a lot of the daggers have the breaker suffix.
Can't we settle this like gentlemen?
Here comes Whaley boy.
Out of
What
my way.
is the secret of your power?
Tonight, put it here.
Won't
Don't
you
start
take
things you
me
can't
far
finish.
away from the Undertow Cave? Tame it. Oh, we're dead now. It's always faster to deadify it. That's the main problem here. Can I go this way, please? Right, hello. So sleep wound and stimulating hearing. I'd have to guess that you're Paul, because your name's Paul. A former tutor of Princess Mary, in recent years he has travelled to lands beyond Orsterra that he might study foreign cultures and their governing philosophies. His students praise not only his wisdom, but his warm disposition and open mind. Hey Paul, I've just realised something. Damn, I wasn't expecting to find you here. There's not even a boss. I can't guide him. Oops. No bosses. Oh well. To the guider! Who do I switch? Alf. Get out. Ophelia can pretty much do every guide now. And I can't... Oh, I could have probably tried to talk to him, but if I did, would I have got this travel banter? Why, fresh baked bread! Delicious. A crunchy crust, a soft doughy inside, and at the centre of it all, a dollop of wild strawberry jam. Gosh, Hannah, these are rather tasty. I am happy that they please thee, and make of the effort worthwhile. Wait, you made these? Thou needest not looking so surprised. I was given a jar of rosehip and strawberry jam. Then I asked the local tavern keeper if I might borrow in his oven. 'Twas but the work of a morning. Wish I knew how to bake, and the church is nothing but porridge and tack most days. What's tack? What is tack? Like oats? But porridge is oats. What's tack? I could teach thee, if thou wishest. Truly, why that would be splendid. What do you call this particular confection? Sweet though. It is a popular treat in mine home village. Frankly, I would never expected you to be such a good cook. Wherefore thinkest thou so? Hunters spending long days and nights out in the woods. It behoveth us to know how to prepare meals, lest we starve in there. Needs must, eh? Well, as my professors always said, necessity is the greatest teacher. Necessity, yes. Yet it pleaseth me even more that others find my cooking agreeable. Perhaps next time I catch some game, I could make a stew seasoned with forest herbs, with wild turnips on the side, and an apple sauce, and... I think Hannah's found a new calling. She's a super cook, and we never knew. Right, well, let's get back to where we were. And this time round, you know what we're doing, because we've explored that area now. Let's get there. But are there ovens out in the woods? They cook over fires. She's got a gas cooking stove for the campfire, you know? It's fine. And it's a foodie. It makes sense, though. If you're going to hunt wild game, to be honest, when hunting is done, it should be done that if you kill something, you are to use the animal, and you should use it in every way you can. Not merely personally opinions. Such a thing as hunting for sport. Hunting for population control, fine, because that makes sense. It does actually save other species to do such a thing nowadays. The other thing is hunting for and actually using all parts of the animals for things isn't so bad. Everyone's gonna have different views of that, but I've got I guess a British point of view. There is no left here, was there? No. Not a single anything. Really? This cave is rubbish. Where's all the goodies? Well, that's Professor Paul, I guess. He has lightning storm, though. It shows the same flame as a long history. At one point, even holding political sway. Help! He's teaching me! Get away! Get away! Do not force knowledge into my tiny brain. He's one of those teachers who can't stop giving you facts. Princess Mary, we found him. Run away from education. Not really. Stay in education. Professor Paul. Yes? Who might you... No. Your Highness. It is me, Mary. I'm so relieved to find you alive and well. What a shock. My goodness, I should hardly have recognized you. Even in my dreams, I could not imagine you would grow into such a fine lady. I remember the Battle of 1066, not the wise little princess that I knew, using broken branches of play swords as she ran unchecked about the royal gardens. But please, sir, let us keep tales of the past in the past, if you please. I never felt more keenly the 10 years that have passed since I left this continent until this moment. Such a long time it does feel like now. I wonder if you still recall, Professor, a certain event when I lost one of your precious books. I hate of you! Of course I remember it. I'd only meant to play a prank. It hid in that precious tome of yours in one of the palace's chimneys. Ha ha ha! What misfortune it was that it should have been on the very day the chimney sweeps came to do their duty. It was spring, and so I hadn't thought there was any chance that anyone would set a fire. And still, the book ended up so awfully coated with soot that it could never be read again. But when I tried to apologize to you, you told me this. If you regret your actions, then there is no need for me to scold you further. But I hope you will promise me two things. The first is you will never do such a thing again. And the second, you will take this empty tome and fill it with your own words. Write down all that you learned from this day onward, and when you have filled this entire volume, return it to me. I look forward to the day when I will get to read about all that you will learn in my life, my princess. I still remember every word of that conversation as though it were only yesterday. Yet it was more than 10 years ago now. How the time does fly. I've kept both of my promises, Professor Paul, and this belongs to you. This book, you truly did complete it. You have learned a great deal in these 10 years. Now I understand very well the grace and wisdom in your eyes. And looking at the worn pages of this volume, I can tell exactly how hard it is you've been working all this time. Everything that I am today is thanks to the wonderful tutors I have had, like you, Professor Paul. I owe my eternal gratitude for saving the Professor. I'm so glad that I was able to see my promise fulfilled. Right, we got the absolute zero staff. Again, something with an element to it by the look of things. Interesting. Completing these quests is getting us crazy weapons. So you've got one that increases light damage. Increases ice damage dealt. Well, specializing in an element is technically better than having something like this on. So we'll give that to you there, Cyrus. It's kind of guess who it's meant for in a sense. This is interesting. So now we have like many people with an elemental like strength now, so they can be killer moves when broken. Of course, it's not like I'm going to put Cyrus with Sorcerer, because that just seems like a waste. I don't know how to put it, but it just seems a waste to give me even more skills, because that makes his Scholar Toolkit completely useless. It makes Analyze the only good thing about him. Whereas, like, Scholar Therion, yes, it doesn't seem like a normal match, but when you think about it, I've got all his thief skills and his melee alongside. I've got his thief skills, his debuffs, his melee, and those spells. Whereas I basically lose all Cyrus's spells, just get analyzed on sorcerer. That's what's confusing me about that. I think that some people honestly think that Cyrus should have sorcerer, but it just doesn't make sense to me at all. Right then, let's set up for our next chapter, shall we? So we gotta have Prim, of course. So, what kind of group are we going with here? We're obviously gonna be fighting a melee guy, so